Alright, so I've got a bonus for you guys. The bonus is I'm going to show you guys how to take your asset into Marmoset and texture it, light it, and get it ready for presentation. Alright, so let's dive right in by jumping into Marmoset. So I've got Marmoset open right here, and I've already kind of done my own little test, so I'm going to start from scratch to kind of show you guys. So what I would do is I would find my my model in my exports folder, and I just drag it. So I have my model, and I just drag it straight into the browser window here, the scene window. So now that I have my coin pile in there, I need to, now I'm going to go over into this corner right here. This is where your materials are located. All right. So over here is where your materials are located, and I'm just going to hit this plus sign to create a new material, which gives me a brand new material shader that I can work from. I don't usually mess with this default one, so let's make a coin underscore material. All right. So here's our coin material, and it's as easy as dragging and dropping your textures in here. So I'm going to go into my textures, and I'm just going to start dragging and dropping them. So the first one is my normal map. I'm going to drag and drop it right in there into the normal. Let's see. So here's my coin pile. We continue dragging and dropping this stuff in here. So then I'm going to drag and drop my roughness map in here. And then my albedo, which is also a base color or diffuse. And then I'm going to drop my metallic map into the metalness channel. And then let's see. I think that's it. So the height map we can throw right here in the displacement. You just have to hit this minus, and then it will drop you. It gives you an option to either use a height map or displacement, and I can then now drop my height map right into that slot. There's no real height information. It's like a flat gray right now, but I just wanted to show you guys how to really do that, and I'll show you what it does. It doesn't really do much. So now that we've got our new coin material, we can just drag it and drop it right on top of our coin pile, and that's what it looks like. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is our normal map isn't displaying properly. So what I usually go and do here is I'm going to flip the Y channel, and you're going to see that it flips that the normal, I think it's like the I want to say it's the green channel or something, but it flips the Y channel, and now your normals are going to look correct. Don't quote me on that last part, but yeah, so it's going to flip that channel, and now your normal is facing in the right direction. Another thing I like to do for stuff like this is I like to go into the settings for the normal map, and I uncheck use MIP maps, because it's kind of like it uses a down-res kind of version whenever you're using that. So I turn the use MIP maps off. Hit OK. Use MIP maps. Turn that off. You don't want to take off the sRGB because that's the color space that it's in. So other than that, okay. So here is our coin pile, the metal, and I want to hone this scene in, right? I want to hone this scene. I can go into my sky settings because it gives you this default sky, and then there are these presets that I can use. So I can start changing these presets to really start to try to get a look that I really like from my coin. And I liked, this one looks cool. I like it. I like what it's doing. That one's not bad. So I'm gonna find a base that I like. I like something with like warms and cools. Yeah, this is kind of cool. I might use that one and turn it up, turn up the brightness. Ooh, this one's nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna go with this mountain sunset one. I kind of like the values I'm getting a little bit. I'm just gonna start honing some of this stuff in, so I can bring the light up a little bit, and then if I start to click in here, it's gonna start adding lights for me, and then I can start moving those lights around to kind of get the color that I want. So I can now go into the skylight. It's created this skylight for me, and then I can, you know, actually use it as a physical light, increase the brightness. All right. Let's go to the second one. All right. So I can really start honing in my coin pile here. All right. And I can save this or just find another one that I like. I think like that. Evening construction. I can be very indecisive. It takes me a while sometimes. I'll just look, you know, I'll do a lighting setup and then I'm like, I don't really like that lighting setup, and then I'll do another one. So I experiment constantly, and you know, it helps to have reference. This one's really cool. I like that. And I'm holding down shift and right clicking to rotate around the environment. Yeah, I like this one. Alright, that's cool. And the beauty about this is it's gonna drag another one in here. Alright, so we can start getting, you know, more coin piles going, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so now from here you can so the next part of this would be to capture this. So if I wanted to capture an image, you can even have it set up to where it sends it directly to your ArtStation, but I never want to do that because I like to edit it after the fact, or whatever I'm modeling, I like to edit it and do my own little post processing effects after the fact. So, you know, here you can just go to capture, capture the image and open it, and whenever it's done, you will get yourself the render. All right, so in here you can also set up the settings to whatever size you want. Let me not forget to show you guys that. You can set it to 4K, 4096, or you know, whatever. Turn on the sampling, and then you can even record videos and animations through here and export out through here as well. So yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff that you can, you know, just mess around with Marmoset, and you know, you can affect the exposure, the, you know, you've got contrast control, so you can really start to hone in your image in here. You know, turn on the sharpen a little bit so you get the best portfolio quality for yourself. All right, so yeah, and yeah, go out there and get it. Let me throw some flares on it. You know, it's never complete without some flares. It's never complete without some flares. So let's do the far blur. So I want to get rid of some of that. Turn that depth of field on. Focus right here. Alright, so I can really start to hone this stuff in if I really take my time and just start, you know, dialing some of these settings in and get something really cool out of it. So, you know, I leave it up to you guys to kind of go out there and experiment with this stuff. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Today I showed you guys how to really get into Marmoset and take your models to the next level with your presentation, your rendering. You can send it to ArtStation or just render it out and then go and do some more post and whatever post processing software you'd like to use. Thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments below.